Today marks the sixth year of the murder of Monitor magazine editor-in-chief Elmar Hüseyinov. Today my guests are Monitor magazine's commercial director Zakir Rzayev and Turan information agency director Mehman Aliyev. Zakir Rzayev was the last man to talk to Elmar Hüseyinov before his death. How do you recall that period? How was the incident? What did you talk to Elmar Hüseyinov? You know, I was not aware, of course, how was the incident, how he was murdered, but how long did you talk to Elmar Hüseyinov before his death? You know, about 1.5 hours we talked a lot. It was as if he was not wishing my leaving him. He asked me to take him to home. So I took him home and talked on the way. And it's interesting. Usually Elmar was talking and I was listening. But now I was talking and he was listening. There was a shop near the home. He bought a present for his son. I got on the car and I left. Then a correspondent from Zakir newspaper called him, phone to him, and they were talking on the phone, and Elmar left, and I was observing that he reached his home. And then on my way I received a call who said that Elmar was shot dead. They phoned me when I was near a market. Who phoned to you? Zemine Khanım from I Am Press. When you left Elmar in the courtyard, what was the situation there? Were there any light? No, because there was a claims that the lights were intentionally went off. Did you see any people there? Were you followed anyone when you entered the shop? No, we didn't feel anything. You know, there were times when we felt that we were followed. Even there was such a situation, it was funny, near a square in 8-kilometer market. We were followed, that we felt that we were followed. There were several times that I accompanied him to home. When you were in that square, you said, were you followed? No, exactly not, but I just felt that we were followed. And did you receive any other call after Elmar's murder? No, no one called and threatened you? No, no one. And how do you evaluate the situation 6 years have passed since Elmar's death? The head of state had vowed that the crime will be solved in 2 months, but 6 years have passed, but the investigative agencies gave no information to their family, and the crime remains unsolved. You know, we should give a practical evaluation to the murder. I must say that his murder could serve the interests, or could be a plan of ruling establishment authorities. I think that, for example, Gangela's case in Ukraine was solved after Kuchma, former president, left his position. But Elmar's murder will be solved as well, sooner or later. You know, at the time, the Turkish investigative experts who investigated the case here stated in a short period that they would unveil the people behind the crime. But you know, there's information, of course, but they don't unveil this information. I think there's problems within the ruling establishment, and that's why the crime remains unsolved up to now. And I suppose that, you know, US Express also joined the investigation, and I think there is relevant information. They know it, and it will be unveiled sooner or later. And one interesting point is that the Azerbaijan investigative agencies only name the murderers who killed him and say that they are Georgian citizens, but no word has been uttered about the people behind the murder. To tell the truth, I doubt that these 2 Georgian citizens killed Elmar. I think there are some other factors here. Let's say if you see the wanted person's photos on the boards in public places, you know, but these persons' photos are not placed. What are they waiting for? Sometimes they said that they have addressed Interpol, but then it became clear that they have not addressed anywhere. And in general, there are lots of questions here, and personally I think these are not real murderers. And when I was in Norway, I talked to Elmar's wife, Rzayev. She said that she had saw completely another person and she says that it is completely different. It is a completely different murderer, and this murderer was more similar to North Caucasian residents. And Haji Mehmedov also said in his trial that the person behind the murder was Farhad Aliyev, former minister. How convincing is that? Because Rzayev and Moscow is also said in her interview that Turkish experts think in different way. I don't believe that the murder was ordered by Farhad Aliyev. You know, at that time, Haji Mehmedov and Aliyev were tried, and maybe the authorities found another reason to hit Farhad Aliyev, but later the process was stopped. There was no new instance in that case. Simply, Haji Mehmedov could be related to the persons who killed the journalists, but I don't think Farhad Aliyev could be related to this incident. If it were true, the government wouldn't find it difficult to directly charge Farhad Aliyev. And there's another issue. Turkish service, if the Turkish services had stated that Farhad Aliyev is not in this team, the crime could be easily attributed to him. I think it's not the case. Thank you for coming to our studio. Today our guests were Monitor Magazine Commercial Director Zakir Rzayev and Turan News Agency Director Mehman Aliyev.